Hi there. I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like to read tarot for yourself and how you can work on reading tarot for yourself. So, the whole thing with tarot cards is that they have symbols on the cards. And these symbols are things that you might come across in your everyday life. And you want to connect those things to your everyday life. So a card reading is not really an isolated thing that just happens in time and space at one particular time and maybe tells you the future about something. It's reflecting everything back to you all the time. So for example, just talking about working with omens and how they might come up in the cards or how you might match them to something in the cards. A couple weeks or so before kind of the whole coronavirus thing hit, I was hearing noises in the attic in my house, just weird noises. And I was like, what? And my son sleeps upstairs in the loft, so he's right next to the attic and there's a door there, and I was like, have you been going in the attic? Because I'm hearing weird noises. And he's like, no, I'm not going in the attic. And I hear weird noises too. Because when someone's walking around up there, it's very clear. You can tell somebody's walking around. And this was not that kind of noise. So I kind of drug my feet on it. And then finally I did go look. And there was rat poop all over the place up there. And I'm like, oh crap, we have rats. And so, we called an exterminator. They're not a very good exterminator. The rats are still up there. I'm like, I need to get after the rats. And I've dealt with rats before, and I can trap mice. I can do it. And I have trap rats, but I don't like it because rat traps I've found, they don't quite kill the rats the way mouse traps do. And I've had rats with like a trap on their head and their eyes bugging out of their head run at me. And I was just like, oh God. But I need to deal with these rats in the attic. They need to go. They just need to go. Especially in this time where it's like we're trying to stay germ free and stuff. You don't want rats living in your house, right? So anyway, I started thinking and I'm like, okay, well, what is this rats in the attic thing symbolize? Like, if that was a tarot card, what would that be? So I decided that the rats in the attic in the cards, and it's like I picked the worst location. I drove all over looking there was beautiful wildflowers, but everything was besides, like, next to the road. I couldn't find anything like on the side. And so then I just passed this, what is this? This is the library. This is the Candelia Library. I passed here and I go, well, let's just head up here. And it's like, this is the busiest corner. This is a tiny town. Like, nobody lives here. It's so busy. But anyway, I decided the rats are the 9 of Swords. So this is the 9 of air in the guy, and this is the 9 of Swords. I think everybody's familiar with that card. Because the attic in relation to my room is above my head. So it's kind of like, your thoughts are above your head, or they come out of your head, or you know what I mean, or like what's top of mind, or what's floating around up there. That to me was the attic. And so it was like there's bad stuff in the attic. So then that causes me to think, okay, well, what kind of bad thoughts do I have in the attic? And a lot of them have to do, like, everybody's got bad thoughts right now. But for me personally, it's like I'm still trying to make a career shift, and I'm trying to move into this space of teaching tarot and astrology and all that. And I still have this nagging, bad thought or bad thought pattern or whatever, who's like, it's like, who are you? And who's going to listen to you? You don't know enough. You can't do this stuff. So like that's kind of my dragon that lives in the attic. My rats, they're in the attic right now. And so going back to tarot and how you would use it, if you do that kind of self-discovery with tarot cards, then you can go, okay, well, let's have tarot advise me on this and tell me what I can do. So I'm going to say, okay, tarot, well, what can I do about this Nine of Swords, this rats in the attic pattern, or this situation that is going on. So what can I do about this Nine of Swords, rats in the attic situation? And I always say my questions out loud. So what can I do about this Nine of Swords or rats in the attic situation? And then I pull a card, and I got, okay, so I got the Seven of Air, which is equivalent to the Seven of Swords. See, I have my camera, I have it like overexposed so you can't see all the wrinkly on my face. So, but this is the Seven of Air in the Gaian. You really can't see it that well. Oh, there it is. Now you can see it. The Seven of Air. Okay, so in the more traditional Rider-Waite deck, the thing that comes up with the Seven of Swords is like trust issues. Who do you trust? In this particular deck, it's a little bit more about planning. The Seven, for sure, is it's trying to manifest things. It's a spiritual struggle. The Sevens. So, okay, so I was asking, how can I work with that Nine of Swords? And so the Seven of Air is telling me, you know, I'm just going to take it very literally for what's on this card, and it's saying plan your route is what it's saying. And I feel like I have been planning my route, but maybe I need to plan it even more. Let me pull one more card to get clarity on the one I just pulled. And I have the Child of Water. So I would say that means go into it with an open heart and try to connect with people on an emotional level. That's what I would say for that. So that's my tarot tip of the day. See you next time.